We're out here supporting all the cause. Oh, my sign says build bridges, not.
It's hard to read upside down.
Yeah.
What do you got over there? You can do it.
Pussies against patriarchy.
Yeah. What do you got over here?
It says my body, my choice, my country, my voice.
It's very artistic. You very detailed with the pierced nipples and everything. So, hey, I'm out here for women's rights too. I just wanted to get you guys' opinion. What do you guys think about the wall? What do you guys think about the border wall? Do you think it's racist? Do you think it's immoral? Let's just go one by one, okay?
It's all of the following. It's absolutely horrifying. I just think it's appalling. This should not be happening, not in 2019. That's pretty much all I have to say.
Cool. What do you think?
The same thing.
Same?
I think it's like f***ing stupid. I'm sorry, am I allowed to cuss?
It's okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's so stupid. Like, our country's one of the greatest, and we should be like trying to help other nations get come up to our level. Like, we shouldn't be putting them down. It's stupid.
Cool. Well, the reason why I'm out here is I'm actually marching for illegal immigrant women's rights. Because I don't know if you know this, but at least 20,000 people, human beings, are human trafficked across the southern border annually. And 80% of those human beings are women, and in some cases, little girls and children. And 70% of those cases are for the purpose of sexual exploitation, prostitution. So I'm out here marching for those lives. I'm out here marching for these illegal immigrants, or immigrants, whatever you want to call them, people coming from foreign countries. These little girls, these women that deserve a voice and that deserve to be heard. I'm out here marching for them. And so I personally believe, I don't know if you guys know this, but this month, as of January 2019, like you say, it's 2019. How could we still be living in ancient times like freaking Neanderthals and murdering people and little kids and children? It doesn't make any sense. But as of January 2019, the criminal Rendon Reyes crime enterprise, sex trafficking enterprise, was convicted this month and admitted to taking advantage of the southern border and how weak our immigration system is. And they lured little girls, women, as young as 14 years of age over the southern border and forced them into sex acts, prostitution, forced abortions, and threatened their families to murder their families if they did not comply. These are little girls that are being sex trafficked from Mexico, from Central America into the United States by illegal immigrants in the United States. And they're being forced. You want to hear something crazy? Some of these girls were forced to perform 45 sex acts a night against their will. These are all convicted crimes. According to the Department of Justice system, the DOJ in the United States, this happened this month. Little girls that are being forced against their will to stay in this country into prostitution, raped, and in some cases, beat and abused. For me, I'm out here fighting for them. I believe that a border wall, I believe that a wall would actually save lives rather than take life. I believe that if we built a wall, that we would save these little girls, 14 years of age, that are they're not coming here for asylum. They're being forced here against their will and raped and put into prostitution against their will. I'm here for them today, and I hope you would be too. And I just personally believe if we built a wall, that these little girls' lives would be saved. And I don't know if you know this, but these criminals were convicted. All of the money that they were making off the prostitution from the girls, none of these women or little girls saw a dime. You know where all the money went? It went straight back into Mexico to the cartels. So I personally believe if we built a wall, that it's not immoral. I believe we would actually save lives. That's a lot of people, 20,000 people and 80% women sex trafficked into the United States. These are statistics from the Department of Justice of the United States. And those are unbiased. These aren't politically swayed. These are all the way back until the administration of Bush. So, I mean, I don't know if you know this as well, but in 2006, the Bush administration approved a border wall to be built in Yuma County in Arizona. It was 20 foot high. After they built the wall, crime went down 96% in Yuma County in Arizona, including human trafficking. So we've seen in history that a wall works, and that was before the advent of Donald Trump. That was under Bush. So my personal opinion, I'm out here fighting for illegal immigrant women and little girls' lives, and I believe that a wall would save their lives because that's higher immigration security at the southern border. Because you know what these men admitted? They admitted that they took advantage of our weak immigration system at the southern border. So what do you guys think about that?
I think there needs to be an immigration reform for sure, but the situation in which we're currently under the United States, it's not a matter of what's done, it's how it's done. So I feel like, me personally, like, there needs to be big, not only like policy change, but social change. There needs to be a lot that goes into it. It's not, I personally believe that building the wall, like hearing the statistics, like I can see how it would be beneficial, but there definitely needs to be, the racial factor needs to be taken out of it.
And I agree with you. Like, just take Donald Trump out of it. Would you agree that a wall, even statistically proven in the past, could possibly save little girls' lives? Take Donald Trump out of it. I agree with you. There are things he could say a lot better, right? There are things he could say that, you know, I probably would have said that a little differently so you don't piss off an entire civilization and culture of people, right? Take him out of it. Do you believe that a wall could possibly save the lives of these little girls they're not coming here for asylum? They're being forced here against their will to perform sex acts. Can you imagine living like that? Is that women's rights? Is that freedom?
No.
So would you agree that a wall could possibly save these little girls' lives?
Possibly.
What do you think?
It's just the way that the wall is a symbol for things. You know, like when we start talking about the wall, we don't think about that. All we think about is, oh, keep the Mexicans out. Oh, keep the Latin Americans out. Keep those dirty immigrants out. And that's why I'm never going to say yes to a wall.
So even if 80% of little girls are being sex trafficked, you would never say yes to it? Like I said, remove Donald Trump. Let's say we get another president.
You can't remove Donald Trump.
I'm talking about just the purpose of the wall saving lives. I'm saying just remove Donald Trump from the equation. Let's say Donald Trump gets impeached, whatever. Let's say some other Republican president that doesn't come off as a racist comes through and gives you the same statistics I gave you and says, hey, we should build a wall, not to, you know, demean Mexicans, but we should do it to save lives. How would you respond to that if it was said differently? What if it was put the way that I'm putting it to you?
No comment.
What's that?
No comment.
Okay. What do you think?
I mean, in a perfect world, yeah, statistically speaking, a wall would be beneficial. But like she said, like the fact that we're doing it for those other reasons, not for this. Like, yes, there's some.
But he has mentioned human sex trafficking.
Yes, there are some benefits to the wall. I'm not like denying that, but everything else that the wall does stand for is like something that I don't believe in, especially because my parents were immigrants, my family before that were immigrants, and I had the privilege of not being one because I was born here, but like that wall would stop a lot of dreams. And even though...
And it would stop a lot of women being murdered and forced into prostitution.
That is true, but that's not something that the wall right now represents.
Yes.
I do also feel like in regards to immigration, whatever this wall is supposed to be solving, it's a lot of tunnel things. It's not just building wall will solve all our problems. There are a lot of people coming in through tunnels. There will always be a way. I'm not going to deny that obviously those things that you're mentioning is horribly wrong, but you need to create a system, create a way in which these things will not be able to easily happen. There's
like a wall? It's been statistically proven that crime has gone down 96% in Arizona when they built a 20-foot wall in 2006.
It's too much of a simple solution for 2019. There will be a will and a way, and there needs to be a more complex side.
But even in Israel and in Jordan, they've built walls, and immigration has gone down. Illegal criminal activity in foreign countries has gone down as well in modern times.
I'm just going to answer with I'm not pro-Israeli, so I don't.
I'm just using it as an example of it has nothing to do with Israel. It's just a civilization in modern times. What about your house? Do you have a wall?
I have a gate.
Does it protect you?
Not really. It's usually open.
You leave your door open at night?
Yes, I do, and nothing happens.
So you don't care if someone came into your house and killed you?
I can lock my front door.
But why do you have a wall?
That's different. That's taking something completely out of contextualization. That's a difference between a...
But what if I believe having a wall in the country is privacy as well?
Privacy from what?
From foreign invaders, criminals that are coming in and abducting little girls as young as 14 and forcing them into prostitution?
Of course that's wrong. Sex trafficking is a huge problem, but...
So that's why I want a wall. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, I can respect your opinion even though I don't agree with it.
So you don't agree that these little girls should be saved?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. Like, anything to prevent sex trafficking, but you have to...
So how would you suggest we do it? Say you're a president, you have the ability to put in policy, what would you do?
You need to start with grassroots. It's always starting from the bottom up, not top down. Building a wall is such a general thing.
Well, a wall is built from the bottom up, so.
Physically, yes, but this is a conceptual thing. So I don't think a simple physical solution is going to solve anything.
So, would you agree? Would you actually be open to a border wall if you knew it would save thousands of women and little girls' lives?
I'm not saying that I'm not open to the idea of a wall, because that wall, like I said, there are some positive things to it. But in like everything that wall symbolizes for other people is not a positive thing. And even though it will be stopping little girls and women from being raped and things like that, it can cause so much more problems.
Like what?
Like the hate in America. It's just the wall, even though, like I said, it will be helping what you're fighting for. It's what's the word? It's like putting us to the side and like making us more known that we're like in charge. And like by separating us from the other people, it does not make us look more friendly. It just separating us, like, no, like you have your own shit to deal with. Like that wall is not only gonna solve some issues, it's gonna create more problems. It's gonna make America be more it's closing us out from a lot of other things. And like I respect what you're saying. Like a lot of the things you are saying are true, I hope. America, we all have the right to believe what we want. That's one thing. So thank you for like letting us know of all these things and trying to persuade us. But like the thing that for me, what the wall represents is not something that I think is a positive thing. But
even though thousands,
some things that I did not know.
What was that?
You did open my mind to some things that I didn't know about, but in my opinion, the negatives still outweigh the positives.
So these little girls deserve to die.
No, they don't. That's not at all what I'm saying.
That's what you pretty much just said.
No.
That's logically, that's the conclusion that you come to.
No, that's not.
In life, it's not a black and white. Like there's a lot of gray area, and that wall would be a gray area. So
the wall or these little girls fall in the gray area?
The wall,
and these women.
The wall is the gray area. So everything that happens with that wall can be taken as a negative thing or a positive thing. I'm not saying that these little girls being raped is a positive. That's not what I'm saying. But again, like I said, you think that the wall is a positive thing, but I don't. And even though you've given me all of these facts, why can't we take the money we're putting into this wall and putting it into a department that's going to stop sex trafficking? Like these billions of dollars that Trump wants to like fund into that wall, money directly to stop sex trafficking.
That's what he wants to do.
By building a wall.
And for higher technological advances at the southern border for the United States immigration system and ICE.
But our trafficking system is not that well, and that wall.
Exactly, that's why he wants to change it.
Then the money should go into trafficking, not the wall.
He wants to put it into the immigration services to hire security at the southern border.
Well, why don't they do it for human rights abuses and specifically the trafficking and not the
That's part of it. That's part of it. Yeah.
part of it. So is that a solution? Like, what are you saying? Like that, it's gonna stick that part, but what are the other costs that we're doing? You understand what I'm saying, right?
For what? Explain.
The hate and the culture that this wall perpetuates. How do you respond to that?
I would rather have women, I would rather have little girls safe and not forced to perform more than 45 sex acts a night. I'd rather have that stop. In my opinion, I believe those lives mean more than a bunch of pissed off millennials that will get over it in the next 25 years.
What it stands for.
I believe it does stand for humanitarian causes as well.
Hatred.
No. So it's hatred to want to save little girls?
It's not, because that's not what it stands for. Everyone knows that when you say build a wall, you're screaming at a f***ing Mexican, at a f***ing person of color, saying you don't belong here, get the f*** out of my country.
But I'm Mexican.
Okay, that's great for you. But it's like, how many times do you walk into places and get seen by white people thinking you don't belong here?
I'm Mexican.
Feel okay, good for you. But I'm saying, how do you not understand that the wall, that's what it fucking stands for? When people think about building the fucking wall, that's what they're fucking thinking about.
I disagree.
Okay then.
That's not what I think about.
Okay.
I think about these little girls.